Yeah, three, two, one, go. All right, hello,
Hello.
hello everyone. Today is another episode of Myriad of Chains, and we have our lovely Pandu here to bring us through what the happenings of this week. Unfortunately, Danny can't join us this week, so it'll just be the two of us. So, floor is yours, Pandu.
Thank you. I actually wanted to speak about a lot of things, but more succinctly, I'd like to bring you guys into Myriad and this awesome little social media site that we created. I'm going to share my screen as usual. Okay, Cesar's here. Cesar Incio. So this is actually, of course, like if you're listening to this, you probably know about Myriad, but just in case you don't, this is our social media application, social network, basically, that sort of like pulls content from Twitter and Reddit and hopefully later on a few other social media as well, and basically turns these posts into Web3 objects that you can tip into and you can comment on. You can also create posts that are native to Myriad. So these are the posts that, like the purple posts are of course native to Myriad. The Twitter logo posts, that's from Twitter. And it's actually pulled into Myriad so we can interact on it. Later on, you'd even be able to NFT your post. So again, like probably if you're listening to this, you probably know what Myriad, but just to repeat, just to let you guys know what we're basically doing here. And there's actually a ton of stuff that went on this week, and it's not just crypto. And I think that's amazing. I mean, of course, some tokens are pumping. Some, like when you listen to this, I don't know if, if they are still pumping, but I'd like to just discuss about like the other things as well, because when we create a Web3 application, we need to think about not just yield, and not just basically getting the tokens to uh, pump. We need to also think about how the token has utility and how the platform has utility. A lot of people saying, a lot of people who claim to have like utility tokens, a lot of projects who claim to have utility tokens actually don't have platform utility. The application itself is not something that people use. In fact, a lot of the current, like not the current one, but like the bull market that just ended, a lot of that came with a ton of projects. They're just shilling tokens and then just gaining from like
Exactly.
big pumps. The thing is, that's not how we were supposed to create this new technology, this new community-owned Web3. We created these technologies to ensure that the communities actually do own these things, own the data, own the business model, and make sure that everyone basically can monetize and have value from it, but not just from yield in that sense. As in, here's the thing: when we create a startup, and I've been creating startups since literally what 12 years ago or 13 years ago. We are looking for a way to solve a problem in using our solutions. This is why for a startup we always start with the solution. What are we solving? If we don't have a solution, we don't have demand. Now, what we've seen, of course, like within the last, like every bull cycle actually, since 2017, and then like the last bull cycle as well, there are the way that human nature, basically we created, like not we as in me and Alex here, but like the human race, society, digital culture, are actually sort of like prone to creating things that are not very useful, and that sort of like goes against the main philosophy of actually creating a startup. We want to create something that is useful. Now, the first generation of DeFi, those were useful, amazingly useful. We see a lot of DEXs taking power away from the centralized exchanges and then decentralizing it. We see a lot of of course, that came with stable coins, which also took power away from well, in some cases, of course, there are multiple types of stable coins. There are those that are over collateralized, there are those that actually don't have collateral and everything's synthetic. There's one that's using what is called exogenous collaterals that are synthetic, or endogenous collaterals that are synthetic. And there are many, many kinds, so many possibilities there. But actually, that is a step in the right direction, in our opinion, is that we're trying to find a way for crypto to be bridged to the normal fiat, and to have that connection, to have that pegging, to act and serve as if it was fiat. There is a peg involved in that. And, that's the early days of DeFi actually brought people into Web3, and bringing people not just to bring them into a Ponzi scheme. There, I said it. I mean, not just to basically add people and then make the next generation pay. The early days of DeFi were, I would say, very idealistic in terms of the creation of the utility. But after that, and of course, when people started coming in, and when people started realizing that, hey, crypto is pumping again, and everyone from the previous cycles came in, and everyone from new to the cycle also came in. We see a lot of projects that are, honestly, if you look at it right now, of course they're Ponzi's. Of course they are. And I'm not just talking about projects that are, the common projects, right? Like the stuff the stuff that the media talks about. Like, if you've been in crypto, we know that outside of media coverage, there's actually a ton of other projects that are not actually, they're not actually building. Anyway, this became a tangent, but the point is, Myriad, Bio, Reality Chain, Nasser City, even all the projects that our group creates, Unique One, are all projects that are created for a certain utility. Sometimes they're simple utility that other people have copied, Unique One NFT marketplace. There are a ton of NFT marketplaces now, right? Alex knows this.
I mean, we started really early, but yeah, you can't stop people from actually, copying the business model. Exactly.
And also to something that is super niche, like Bio, where you try to bridge between things that are super B2B and things that are super degen, which technically it's still being worked on in terms of how we bridge it. We do have a great model, I think. It's just that the adoption is a bit different from just creating a DeFi solution that just gets money. Here's the thing. Our team, we've been here for a while. And again, I'm going back to the podcast. This is not a presentation. I'm going back to the podcast itself. We've been here for a while. We've created an exchange. We've created a ton of stuff. We've done projects that we cannot mention what the projects are. We've done a lot of anonymous projects. We can, if we wanted to, during the last year DeFi summer, we could have launched a DeFi project like that very easily. We can just deploy. We can just copy from existing chains, bring it into another chain, and then redeploy it there. But that wasn't what we wanted, because we think crypto and blockchain itself, in terms of actually getting regular people adoption, getting regular people to adopt, getting regular people to post about their salmon that they catch, people from Russia, people from Indonesia, people from Brazil. The way we get these people is to find an alternative to their Web2 social media or Web2 applications, to become hyperscale, to become a hyperscale application, but with the control of the money. I think that's the ideal that we agreed, this team agreed to work on. And it might be slower, but it is also something that actually has real utility. Myriad is going to continue and going to continue to have utility. If you own Myriad tokens, that is actually part of a utility token and a governance token later on that you can use within the application itself. The ideas behind a meta social platform for freedom is that it is also uncensorable. I cannot censor you. Danny cannot censor you. Alex cannot censor you. And I feel that the way we discuss our podcast so far is very cultural, right? Very crypto culture. But we should also focus on the fact that crypto culture is going to change with the next influx of Web2 people, of normies, of mainstream people. And yeah, what do you think, Alex?
Yeah, it's actually just a matter of time. And we've been setting up all these building blocks to make sure that it is more palatable for, like you mentioned, the mainstream audience. And the key is getting them in and making it as seamless as possible. So, like you said, it is a bit slow now, but the thing is, what we are doing is we are trying to establish proper and uh, things that can actually be used by the people from the mainstream, and they need to be comfortable when they come in and use this. So bear market wise, we're actually slightly fortunate because it gives us time to actually build this critical mass of users and what's the word, interest before we actually continue to grow during the next bull. Yeah.
So I'd actually want to show you also something that actually is not solved by Myriad, is not solved by DBio, is not solved by Reality Chain. But there's room to solve it. So this is a very interesting article that I
Recession
found.
Wikipedia.
So
Huh.
recession,
Hmm.
like it's been years since recession has been defined, and it was defined really simply. If you have 2 quarters in a row
Yep.
of negative growth, then it is a recession, right? So the US had 2 quarters of negative growth. It was just finalized that it was really 2 quarters, right? It's July, so they finalized the calculations from last quarter. So the Biden administration made a few statements, and the statements basically say that actually the economists don't say that that recession is not defined as just that. Recession is multiple things. No one actually 100% knows exactly when recession happens. There are multiple factors. Now, here's the thing. Wikipedia is supposed to be unbiased, and in fact, in terms of the platform itself, it's not, right? It's not biased at all, right? Like it's an open dictionary that anyone can edit. Theoretically, that is true. Thing is, once it dominated communities within Wikipedia, control Wikipedia, and these communities are also prone to being influenced by bias. In fact, you can even say, like, if you're a if you're a state actor and you have control over a large chunk of these Wikipedia editors, you would campaign for more Wikipedia editors to be put in your lane, right? So this is actually a key tenet. This is actually a key tenet of why we structured Myriad in a federated way, right? So for Wikipedia, the weakness is there's a single point of failure. Everyone is looking at the same page, right? And everyone is looking at the Wikipedia page that is the current edit, right? Myriad is a myriad of pages, even a myriad of social medias. You can define your own, you can create your own, you can still connect with every other social media. It brings you out of your bubble. Wait, Pandu, what about wouldn't that cause balkanization? Wouldn't that cause the myriad to be like a bunch of states, bunch of warring states? Wouldn't that increase extremism, whatever? Here's the thing, myriad is also always showing you other experiences that users create. Other federations are included within that experience, showing clearly that that might be your view, that might be my view. I might be a conservative libertarian, for example, but this person is this friend of yours is left wing. This is what he subscribes to. This is what he believes. That's actually why we want to ensure that Myriad remains in control only when the users control it. Okay, so allow it control. Once the users take over, once the people who host the nodes take over, I would no longer be able to touch anything you post, anything you. It is you, but you are responsible for your post. You have a freedom to host. You have the freedom to not host. You have a responsibility for everything that you allow on top of your federated node. And this is actually something that Wikipedia cannot do. Because again, decentralization lies at the front end, lies at the pages. And this is insane. 22 times in the last 24 hours. Actually, now it's 41 times the definition. Right? I've gone through this. It is insanely funny. And there's actually one person who just, who's like a super editor or something on Wikipedia, who just keeps changing the definition of recession back to the vague one, instead of the one that's already defined. So I wanted to add that. Sounds political, but honestly, it's not political. This is what an application built on Web3 needs to be. Because without it, like if we allow centralized control, if it's an application that's still centralized and allows people to censor, then you don't need Web3. Web2 already does that. You can actually create that with just MySQL or something with that application, right? Web3 changes the game. Yeah. Any thoughts, Alex?
Nah, you summed it up quite well there, but yeah. I'm actually quite disappointed with what's happening with Wikipedia here actually. They're supposed to be neutral. They're supposed to be a repository for information, not agendas.
This is actually why we have the import feature. Okay. Right now you cannot yet NFT this, but we are working on it. We want to make sure that each post can be NFT'd and basically locked in the chain. For now, you can tip the post. You can, if you want to tip unusual whales, you can tip it, and you can also add to experience. I guess you guys know this already. You can add this to politics, for example. You can like this, you can comment on this, you can tip this. Later on, there would be another button that basically freezes the post. Once that post has been frozen, that post becomes an NFT, an object on the chain, and it's effectively archived. With decentralized storage, we're looking, it's probably going to be IPFS at this point. We're still open to multiple. We did win the IPFS bounty last year for another project. That's why we're close to them. Anyway, it's a discussion. We are also looking at Arweave to do this as well. Yeah. Anyway, when you're on Myriad, you can just focus on the crypto stuff. If you wanted to, just go to CT, my own little experience, which is just filled with everything related to crypto. But if you want to basically emulate your experiences on other social media, you can post about your pets, you can post about your travel, you can post about anything you'd like. In fact, that's the point. This is not just a crypto social media. This is a social media that happens to be built on decentralized technology that everyone can use, that anyone can use, and be safe while using it. Yeah. So another topic of the day is actually related to our CEO on Myriad, Danny. Danny just so this is the after party of what after the actual event, he basically fought a guy on stage in the ring, actually. So he is well, Danny's not a pro fighter per se. He is a hobbyist, I guess. Can we call them that, fighter hobbyist? So his hobby
Yeah,
is
for
martial
health
arts.
reasons also, and yeah, I think he mentioned it was for health reasons, right?
Yeah, it's for health reasons. Then, like a few months ago, he got offered to fight on stage and on a ring, with a lot of people watching him. So we decided to basically add more people watching him by streaming everything on Reality Chain and other metaverses. So including the Nestor metaverse, which is actually this is Mozilla Hub, of course. Mozilla Hub we like for Nestor because it shows, architectural work really well. Then Reality Chain, of course, this is our pride and joy. It looks cute. It looks 2D, but here's the thing: you can do anything on it that you can do on 3D social media. You can chat, you can voice chat, you can watch streams live, and it's super light. You can actually load up to like 1,000 concurrent avatars just in this one metaverse. So it's super light. You can have massive events.
Yeah,
And
it's intentional, right? The likeness so that it runs on mobile devices.
Right. Our philosophy basically in building things is right sizing it. And the thing about the metaverse is a lot of people are oversizing it, or basically trying to size it just for people who, the gamers out there who use VR goggles and like gaming rigs, gaming computers, which have a niche, of course. But the thing is, the metaverse is not a first of all, the metaverse is not a game. The metaverse, the primary use case of the metaverse is actually social action, not gaming. Gaming is a side effect. In fact, the base feature of the metaverse is the ability to interact with other avatars. The second is building. So we actually created the reality chain to be very simple, deceptively simple is what we say. But you know what? No other metaverse runs on a phone with the ability to have video streaming, with the ability to voice chat on a phone, with the ability to build any parcel on a phone while importing NFTs and doing other things. This is actually amazing stuff. But what's more amazing is Danny's fine. Danny is 39 years old. I mean, he's only 1 year older than me, so I'm allowed to say that. I'm not doxing him or anything. But this is his first fight. But he did it. He actually, well, he didn't win, but he did it. He got on stage. He trained really hard, 6 days a week. And he managed 2 rounds with a person who has 7 years of experience on the ring. I'm very proud of this friend of mine, and I think like it shows. Like last night, many people came. A lot of his friends came to support him, and I keep going back to this, and I keep going back to like we did actually create a copy of him online, like in world we call it. Mr. Purple, that's not he's Mr. Purple. Then there's Mr. Enemy, his opponent. And it was fun. The thing is, it might look 2D, it might look like simplistic, but after just 15 minutes in world, you forget about it. What you remember is meeting people, talking to people. And last night, Sachin came. Last night, Mimo, Danny's friend, came. And when we say that, like we really feel like we've met these people, that we've talked to this, we have talked to these people, and we've watched something together, we've shared an experience. And that is actually why the metaverse, as I always say, is other people. That's the way you experience the metaverse. It's not just 3D graphics.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was also multi-metaverse. So it's not just reality chain, it's also Nestor, it's also within the crypto voxels also. So it's mixed metaverse match. It's very cool. We will need to send bounties really soon after this. But like, yeah, I had to add chairs so more people can sit. At the end of the day, no one sat. No avatar sat. Actually, everyone was actually so excited. So they were walking around, and at like the very end, we got on the ring and did the after party just like this. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest nights I've had in crypto, actually. And I've been here for a while. Yeah. And probably finally, there's something that is actually super emergent. And it emerged without us designing for it. People are starting to post their food blogs on Myriad. Not crypto food, not food that you can buy for Bitcoin, not the latest, not even memes, for example. No, food blogger, Heli Anway, which of course some of you know, is our community manager. Really likes cooking and really likes eating. So he posts about his experiences eating. Hoi Yo Lim is also there. And everyone is also sharing about. So there's actually like an emergent food blogger community. And this is actually cool. Like I seem to recall that a lot of the social decentralized social media, the crypto social media that I've been in, most of them are posting about crypto, which is fine. Crypto is fun, but this crypto is not life. If you want to create a crypto social media, the emphasis is not on the crypto. It shouldn't be on the crypto. It's on the social, right? So this is, and I'm really proud that we actually have more traction among these the people who are not just in crypto. Some of these people are of course also in crypto, but it's sort of like, you know, talking about other things other than crypto in a crypto in a crypto social media really is sort of like a breath of fresh air. That's what I think. Don't you think, Alex?
Yeah, and if you think about it, right, things like Instagram and Facebook, when they had their start at the beginning, people will be posting what they eat, what they do, where they go. Yeah, that's how it
Yes,
all started previously. So this looks like, this looks like it's moving in the right direction.
I think it is. And yeah, and this is if you have any new ideas for experiences, whether it be fishing, for example. So this guy seems to be a fisherman. I can't read Russian. Or selfies or other things. Myriad, you can use as a blog. This thing has a really good editing posting editor. Like the text editor here is amazing. It has like, you know, all the options that you would expect when you're creating a blog. It also has imports, of course, but also the creation is all very rich.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
bad. 5,000 characters is quite a bit. You can actually write
that's a lot.
you can actually write a proper post.
That's quite a lot, I think. Now, probably one final thing, and this is actually interesting. We are going to update. So Myriad Town is of course launching really soon. It launches on the 19th, which is only a few weeks away. Wow, 3 weeks away. With that launch, well, actually not with that launch. Even now, we have this. This is Myriad.Social merged with Myriad Town. And it's currently still on testnet, but it should be online on mainnet really soon. So I'm just gonna choose this.
So just to understand or let the viewers understand what happens when this comes into the mainnet.
You would be able to play with basically play with Myriad.Social while playing with Myriad Town, basically doing it together. you can have all the notifications still appear. I'm not signed in here, so you can't see the notifications, but you can see all the notifications appear. You can jump to experiences, and and you have a separate tab just for Myriad Town. So this is you can actually basically do almost everything except for one thing. There's one thing that is actually not our limitation. It's a security limitation. Twitch does not allow embedding within an embed, which makes sense, of course. We're still working on trying to fix that, but I think that's minor. That's not something that a lot of people will do. And if you want to view something in world, you can still just go play with in full screen or just directly visit Myriad Town. So yeah, this is actually this is probably the only one. Social media with the metaverse just like embedded within and like if you sign in with one Near wallet and you sign in with the same Near wallet inside, we're also working on creating. That's weird. There's an error, but
and the profile comes out. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it loads the profile. No wallet address, of course. So that's because I'm logged in as a nun. But like if I had a wallet address, you can see all of my NFTs here. It's already loaded here. Every single NFT that is recognized. Every NFT that is recognized by Reality Chain, I should say. Not all NFTs, but like every NFT that is recognized by Reality Chain. Yeah, so there's a integration. And basically currently more of an integration of experience. Elon Musk should buy Myriad. Okay. Good. Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully that actually gives you some more ideas about what we are creating. Think yeah, because we don't have Danny. This is half an hour in. I've actually ran out of things to discuss. If you have anything else to discuss, go ahead, Alex.
That not really much at the moment, but yeah, we probably could add one small thing, I guess.
Sure. Unsure.
This is something I came across yesterday, I think.
So what is it?
So basically, exactly. So basically, if anyone is familiar, I think in a few months or weeks, we should be coming up to this what's the word, the MidAutumn Festival in Asia. So it's when some people call it the Mooncake Festival or Lantern Festival. So they have excuse me, they have mooncakes to celebrate the event. So this aspiring company in Malaysia actually decided to come up with a crypto theme cake set. So what they have here is basically I can't really get a good picture of it, but they feature 4 different coins. So you have Bitcoin. They actually have this. I don't know why they picked Terra Luna.
Why? Is this for a joke?
I have no idea exactly, but yeah, they picked Terra Luna.
Wouldn't it actually bring bad fortune? Or
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. And this, and if it does, likely this will be the worst performing flavor. Then they have Ethereum, which is this looks a bit okay. And then last one, Shiba Inu chunk. Yeah, so these are the main 4 I noticed.
I really want peanut. I really want peanut butter, Alex, because of it.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking of buying this and sending it over to you all. But problem is this needs to be chilled. That's the issue. So I don't think it will survive international transport. I mean international shipping.
Yeah. There might be ways around that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I might like if I can get it, I'll go get one set and probably record it and share it with you guys.
Thank you. Yeah. You should post it on Myriad.
Yeah, but it's really funny. Look,
the box is amazing.
Yeah,
there's an NFT prayer. You're kidding.
Yes, they give you NFTs also as part of this whole set, right? When you buy it, you also get NFTs. I can't read it here, but they had a video previously, so I'll probably if I can, I'll post the video in Myriad so anyone who sees this can follow up and watch this. But yeah, there's a video detailing each and every item and how their NFT works. which chain and
Wow.
all that. Yeah, but it's quite
Wow. That's
elaborate. Quite
very
elaborate.
creative. Very
Hmm.
creative.
Yes,
But
indeed.
oh yeah, actually, one probably one last thing, and this is okay. This actually reminds me of something else, if I may. I
Yeah.
just got access to DALL-E, the AI built by
You should share
OpenAI.
that. Yeah, you should share that. That is
I
very interesting.
Very interesting, right? Let
Yes.
me show you guys what it looks like. So
Excuse
you go
me.
to labs.openai.com, and they're they're very limited to some people. Like you do need to sort of like explain why you want access. So it's not just like if you answer just for memes, you probably won't get access. But yeah, like for example, I can write I don't know, Bitcoin mooncake. I don't know. So I don't try to generate anything. Like I don't know if this is gonna work. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't work for things that are like too niche. If it's too niche, sometimes it doesn't work. But it usually manages to basically try to recreate some.
Oh my God, this is
This is scary as hell. Why?
there's some
Why? Oh,
affront
it's.
to nature. What is this? Why is there a dog on it?
Is it trying to make Shiba? Okay, it's not working now. It's
But
not working
it's
because
quite
it made
funny
Shiba.
though. It's quite funny
It's
though.
super funny. It's just like I need to think about why. Because it's biting could be, or maybe it associates Bitcoin already with Shiba or whatever. Like
Oh,
it
that's so
puts it in
sad,
the same
man.
category,
Yeah.
right? Like let's try Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum probably, if it works for Ethereum, then we tell the maxis that Bitcoin mooncake doesn't
Yeah.
work.
This is what the computer thinks of Bitcoin.
But sort of like the idea behind it, right? Like of course this is a trained corpus, so you don't have to train it. AI of these of this scale actually requires a lot of training.
Mhm.
And it's not trained by us, so we don't have to train anymore. I've been doing AI since my IBM days, basically. So I've done. Oh,
Oh,
cool.
this looks nice. Actually,
Yeah, this isn't bad. Look at
this
this one.
works. Yeah, this
Yeah, that
works.
works. So you can
Yeah.
share, and then you can publish, and then like when you press publish, it basically shares this with the basically description that I used to describe this. I don't know why Bitcoin didn't work. Again, I think it's related to the Shiba thing. I don't know why the maxis would hate us. It also doesn't work for WASIs, for example. It doesn't work for Maladies. It works for stuff that are more mainstream, sort of like. And it doesn't work for like it deliberately doesn't work for politicians. So
Ah,
yeah, so you can create like crypt photo of a crypto influencer riding a unicorn, for example. Hopefully this works. So yeah, the idea is okay, so not yet. Like the companies with like this scale of training can only be big companies, or can only be companies with access to a lot of crowdsourced data, right?
exactly.
No, the thing is, this is actually very fraught. Oh my god, he looks like a crypto influencer. Oh my god, crypto influencer riding a unicorn. Look at that. So so actually, what I keep thinking about, like if we, of course, we don't have like people with this exact set of skills and team. I mean, I'm a dabbler. I dabble in it, but I don't have like the professional experience. Sort of like I don't have the in-depth experience. But if we did, it would be very interesting to basically try to recreate this, but in the crypto sphere, as in train an AI with a DAO. Like use a DAO to basically train an AI, and have everything, all of the data, and the AI itself be governed by that DAO. Might be interesting. It's not yet here, but you can plug in anything you want. Like for example, you want to put in Myriad.Social. I don't know what will happen. Actually, I haven't tried this before. But actually, I should have put in Myriad of Chains, right? Because that's our
That's okay.
podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's try Myriad.Social first. So you can actually create digital art, photos, or anything. Oh, it's a lot of people actually doing social stuff. Of course, Myriad of Chains. Actually, a Myriad of Chains logo. We don't have a logo yet, right? Let's ask it to generate a logo for us.
I worry about the results because the word chains are in it as well.
That's true. Wow, it's a logo. Hmm. Oh, basically,
Charring la leaves.
okay. So here's the thing. So the way AI, the way we train AI, is not something called GAI. It's not general artificial intelligence yet. It's not like the human brain. The human brain, it does images good, it does verbal good, it does stuff well. Like each, like the human brain can like be multifunctional, can be and sometimes we even use like insights from one area to actually get insights from another area. This works when you're actually thinking about, I don't know, copy. You're a marketing person, right? You're thinking about copy. You're trying to find the correct copy for something. You sometimes think visually as well, right? Oh, plug this to this, plug this to this. Maybe you have an imagination, like something you're imagining something. You're imagining going on a roller coaster, and okay, Myriad, it's a roller coaster of minds or something like that, right? That's the visualization. That's because we're a general intelligence. Now, what AI doesn't have yet, arguably, is that generalization. So DALL-E is amazing at one thing. It is amazing at actually creating visual images and interpreting visual images, doing both, right? There are other AI models such as GPT-3, which are very, very good at creating text, but this is not it. I actually also have access to GPT-3 and 2. In fact, GPT-2, I have a GPT-2 that I trained on my own. On the next podcast, I need to prepare it first. So on the next podcast, I'll show you this. Yeah, sort of like a hobby. You can train these things, of course, but you cannot train them for everything. You can only train them for either images or words at the moment. Honestly, this is the public product, right? In the research departments, I'm pretty sure it's already happening. Like it's already, people are already merging these two types of data in a bit to actually create general artificial intelligence. But public sphere, not yet. Probably coming soon. Yeah. And that's the Myriad of Chains. And I'm going to save this. Chan Shriyama.
It looks like it's charring or chamming la leaves.
Channing the lives. It is meaningless.
It could be charming lives, but okay.
I like this one also, actually.
This one looks okay actually.
I like it. I like it. There needs
But
some
what
movie.
does what yeah, okay, it doesn't mean anything, right? All this
Chin
text.
Machan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, oh, this is. I think it's trying to create an eye here. You know what? Let's do variations. We can actually click variations to get the AI to sort of like use that as a base
and
and
then come out
evolve
with
from.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's I think it's an evolutionary algorithm that they use. Yeah. So create variations based on that. Oh, it's still next. It's not very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, not a good logo. Anyway, I'm actually done with what I wanted to share to you guys. And I basically like to close with this amazing image. And then back to you, Alex. Thank you for.
Yep. Thank you for your time, Pandu. Thank you for all this very insightful sharing, and also yes, this takes the cake lah, basically, literally and figuratively.
This is the
The
cake.
Bitcoin mooncake. Yeah. So we talked about our friend Danny today, his boxing match, what we can do on Myriad. the importance of having a federated system. We actually went off tangent to cover crypto mooncakes. This is how we ended up with this abomination. And yeah, all in all, it was quite a fun session. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us, Pandu.
Thank you, everybody.
All right,
Yeah. All right.
thanks.
See you next time. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.